The snow has gotten quite deep. It's so cold that my pant legs actually froze into ice. It's like before I knew it, the landscape has entirely changed. This is how you know it's a good trail, when there's a chain that you have to hold on to go up. It's incredible. I'm still not even to the top, I don't think. Beppu is a beautiful city in Japan, known for its relaxing hot springs and stunning views. But today, I'm going to show you the volcano that supplies the iconic Beppu onsen with its hot spring water and has one of my all-time favorite views. Plus, I got to see the most incredible hoarfrost I have ever seen. But for some reason, I thought it was good to hike this mountain in winter. So here's how my hike of Mount Tsurumi went. All right, as you can see, I'm just about ready to go. I got a little bit more warmer clothes on. I just enjoyed an incredible breakfast. Our first stop is this convenience store back here. And basically, I just need to get some water and some food for the trail, and then we should be good to go. The place I was staying at is called a ryokan, or traditional Japanese inn. And despite the much higher price, it's one of the most incredible experiences you can have in Japan. My room even had its own private bath with onsen water piped in. I consider it a must for any trip to Japan, but especially a trip to Beppu, the onsen town. I'm on the road up to Tsurumi, and it's definitely not the safest road I've been on in Japan. Quite as much room. Definitely be careful if you decide to do this, or maybe even just take a taxi. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm actually walking all the way from Beppu to the trailhead in Mount Tsurumi. This is a terrible idea, and Google no longer routes you this way, partially because of the traffic, I think, and just it's kind of dangerous. So don't do it. I just saw a bus go by. It occurs to me that probably would have been much easier and faster. There's a ropeway you can take from up there that goes all the way down to a little terminal thing. At over 1,800 meters, the ropeway is the longest in Kyushu and can carry up to 101 passengers up to Mount Tsurumi. I made it to the sign. Believe we're in the right place. Gonna start the climb. There's lots of these dense cedar forests, and it's very interesting because you can't see much. The foliage is so dense. This, of course, isn't the actual trail yet. This is just the road to the trailhead. All right, I finally made it to the trailhead. You can see the mountain up there that we're about to go to, and let's get started. The trail itself is about 6.6 kilometers according to all trails, and about 383 meters of upward elevation. You can see it's kind of a mixture between signs that have English and signs that are all in Japanese. So far, I've had signal the entire way, so you can use Google Lens to translate the stuff. It's definitely difficult in the snow to get a sure footing. Whoa! It's a very uneven trail. Well, I came across a bench, so I figured it was a good time to stop and get a little bit of lunch. Here's what the area around me looks like. It's very beautiful. Early bits of the climb include a lot of uneven and difficult to find trails, at least when it's snowy. There aren't a lot of mountain-like views until you get closer to the top, but the forest is still worth seeing in my opinion. I'm definitely getting pretty warm. Just hiking up like this, probably about 45 minutes before I reach the top. I don't know, we'll see. It looks pretty high, but it might be. I'm just starting to barely be able to see some of the incredible views that'll probably be available on the top of Mount Tsurumi here. Before I knew it, the landscape has entirely changed to these almost like freezing rain type of isolated or icy branches, and it's pretty amazing. I'm glad it snowed while I was here. This phenomenon is called hoarfrost, and even though it looks pretty good on camera, I was never able to capture the sheer breathtaking beauty of the diamond-like coating. According to Japan Guide, this takes place on Mount Tsurumi between December and March, so apparently it's not just the day I was there. This is how you know it's a good trail, when there's a chain that you have to hold on to go up. The snow has gotten quite deep. And I finally made it. Oh man, it's such a long trail, especially in the snow. I mean, it's not that long, but just because it's so cold and difficult. But this is the view. It's incredible. I'm still not even to the top, I don't think. But this was just close to the end of the trail. Little did I know there was a beautiful mountaintop waiting for me just a little further. I finally made it to the top. It's so cold. It's so cloudy that you can't really see much, but I did get to see a little bit of Beppu down there. It's amazing. I think I'm gonna hurry back though and see if I can catch the ropeway back down instead of walking back down. It's so cold that my pant legs actually froze into ice. I was absolutely freezing. Fortunately, there is a ropeway station at the top and they were open, so I was able to get some hot coffee and take the ropeway back down. Now I just needed to make my way back down the mountain. I'm so glad the trolley was there to take me back. Came all the way from up there. It was so much faster than the walking part, but mostly warmer. It's like a world away down here in terms of temperature comparison. It was so cold at the top. The nice thing about having gone up so far this morning is now the entire way is downhill. So I'll probably jog as much as the grip will allow me to. I wouldn't recommend walking this road. I recommend taking a bus or a taxi or something like that. In my case, the buses aren't running today, I don't think, so I wasn't really able to do that, and we're finally almost back to sidewalks. I will say this has been the worst walking experience I've had in Japan thus far. I knew it might be a problem, but it's definitely not laid out as well for walking here in Beppu, so I would keep that in mind if you decide to come here. Maybe plan your trip around buses and taxis instead of trying to get from one place to another by walking. From here I walked all the way to this Coco's, which is probably another 10 kilometers or so. There I had my first hearty pork cutlet and basically collapsed from exhaustion in my hotel. The next day I saw monkeys in the famous Chinoike Jugoku Hot Spring Pond. Out of the 13 cities that I visited in Japan, Beppu is the one that I'd most like to return to. But unfortunately, it was time for the sun to rise on a new adventure and I had to leave this incredible place. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like. It would help my channel out massively. And if you enjoy this style of content, get subscribed because there's more coming in the future. And if you enjoy videos about Japan, check out this playlist that I made with other videos from this trip.